Never had a choice, never let the ops win. Calm them nerves, got the whole world watching. Ready, set, go, and there ain't no stopping. Only one option, light it up. Heart is pounding out my chest, the blood boils inside of me. Looking at the walls around me, closing in, I think, what's it gonna be? Never had a choice, never let the ops win. Calm them nerves, got the whole world watching. Ready, set, go, and there ain't no stopping. Got one option, light it up. Everything burns! Light it up, let's go! Light it up, let's go! Everything burns! Light it up, let's go! Light it up, let's go! I'm on fire, burning brighter than anyone alive. I'm way too hot to touch, so just remember if you try, everything burns. Everything burns. Bones are shaking out my skin. I got tingling in my hands, moving like a lightning strike. I'm on tonight, so just catch me if you can. Never had a choice, never let the ops win. Calm them nerves, got the whole world watching. Ready, set, go, and there ain't no stopping. Got one option, light it up. Everything burns. Light it up, let's go. Light it up, let's go. Everything burns. Light it up, let's go. Light it up, let's go. I'm on fire, burning brighter than anyone alive. I'm way too hot to touch, so just remember if you try, everything burns. Whole house packed, not here to make friends. Do or die moment, I love it this tense. Who am I taking out, thinking you're next? You're next. Everything burns. Everything burns. Light it up, let's go. Light it up, let's go. Everything burns. Light it up, let's go. Light it up, let's go. I'm on fire, burning brighter than anyone alive. I'm way too hot to touch, so just remember if you try, everything burns. Everything burns.
Hello, and welcome back. It is time for more Final Fantasy XIV. Also, that was Everything Burns by Tom Morello featuring Beartooth. If you don't know the story, apparently, Tom Morello, guitarist for Rage Against the Machine, was playing, I think, D&D with another singer. Can't remember his name. I think it's like Jason something. But Jason told Tom Morello that Soken, the composer for Final Fantasy XIV, was a huge Rage Against the Machine fan. And so then Tom Morello is all like, okay, and then, he heard more about Final Fantasy XIV, what it is, and the community that plays the game, and he's all like, cool, I'm gonna go make a song for them. It's like, what? So he goes back to the studio, makes a song, collaborates with Beartooth, produces it, and then just sends it to Soken. Completely unprompted, just sends him a song, and Soken is like freaking out. He's like, in his words, a god has sent us a song, we have to use it. And then they take it over. They're trying to figure out, okay, but where do we like put it in the game? We gotta put it somewhere that like matches how amazing the song is. And then they take it to management, and management listens to it and says, this song is fire, you gotta use it. They're like, we know, but we're not sure where. And then they go to figure out, okay, well, let's figure out the legalese of everything, and discussing with Tom Morello, you know, because obviously there's gonna be people streaming the game and whatnot, and Tom Morello's just like, yeah, just use it. It's not about the money. I hear you've got a great community and all that. Like, just use it wherever you want. And they're like, okay, we've got all this different kinds of content. We got these like main story quests. We got these trials. We got these raids. We got dungeons. And he's just like, whatever you want. And they're like, all right. All right. So yeah, Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine guitarist, just sent the composer for Final Fantasy XIV a song, and now it's in the game. As I recall, it's in the final raid here at the Arcadium, which we should be getting to today. So we will be popping in here. We're gonna do the third raid and then the fourth raid, and the fourth raid should be the one with Everything Burns playing. Retsara and the others haven't returned yet. I hope they're alright. Yeah. Why do I feel like something's going to go wrong? And they're going to be in trouble. Ah, Retsara. You got her! What about... Yana! Naomi! Oh, thank goodness! Yeah, but what about... What about the other cat girl? The older sister? I'm sorry. We weren't able to rescue Eutrope. We found Naomi in the reception hall, but there was no sign of Eutrope, and no time to search for her. The kidnappers removed Eutrope's regulator when they abducted us, and then they took her somewhere else. Removed her regulator? Oh no. That's what they do to the immortalized. Come on now. Don't lose heart yet. Times like this, you gotta keep on grooving. Have some tact, will you? We're talking about their sister. No, he's right. Now isn't the time to be fearing the worst. It's already a blessing that Naomi is safe and sound. Still, I doubt the President will sit idly by in response. I worry what he might do next. You can rest easy on that front. We actually have a collaborator on the inside. Metem. Yeah, see, I don't know about that Metem guy. I got a funny feeling about him. We approached him without expectation, and were pleasantly surprised when he agreed to help. He's contrived to make it so the President doesn't learn of our foray in a hurry. Furthermore, Metem has an idea of where Eutrope might be. He promised he would see her safely returned. Metem did all that? Perhaps I misjudged him. I don't know. Can we really trust him, though? It's entirely possible that the president died years ago and Metem's just been running the scenes since then, pretending that the president's still out there. I feel uneasy too, to be honest. But right now, we don't have any other choice but to trust him. Oh, right! I have some good news too! While I was locked away in the reception hall, I was able to access a terminal and retrieve some useful information. That is, the Tyrant's data. In the upcoming title match, he intends to use the soul of a behemoth. Nayuni, that's amazing! Genasi will have a much better chance now thanks to you. Smile. I expect the preparations for the match will be finished soon, so let's head to the Arcadian. We can discuss the fight in detail there. It'll be over soon. Once Eutrope has been freed and you've become Grand Champion, no one will fight with feral souls again, and those afflicted with psychonecrosis can be cured. As before, we're counting on you, Genasi. We'll all be praying for your triumph. Yeah. Let's put an end to the blood sport. I got you. Kitty. It seems Palm wants to join you. Perhaps she thinks Hector will be at the Arcadian. Maybe she wants to cheer Genasi on as well. Let's bring her along, eh? Sure, if you want to bring a little kitty cat to the Arcadian. Let's go. Right, let's make our way to the Arcadian. Given the huge publicity surrounding the match, there's bound to be some fans along the way. Why not take a moment to talk to them? I expect they'll have some words of encouragement for you. Oh boy, here we go. You can do it, Genasi! You can beat the Tyrant and become the Grand Champion! When I grow up, I'm gonna become a fighter like you. Then we can form a tag team together and teach the bad guys a lesson. Yeah, kid. Sure. Tag team. Genasi, I can't believe your heavyweight title match is already happening. I have every faith you'll win and usher in a new era for the Arcadian. Now that we're connected to the outside world, our society has begun to change. It's only natural that the Arcadian changes as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, also off stream, I did my heavyweight M1 and M2 raids for this week after the reset. So I now have the helmet, the 770 helmet, and I've got 2 hollow armor pieces. So I just need 2 more of those, and we can get the chest piece. The unstoppable upstart is speaking to me! What an honor this is! Truth be told, I lost someone dear to me in the recent attacks. But as I was wallowing in grief, I saw you facing your foes entirely unenhanced. And it gave me the courage to carry on. I'm not the only one either. There are many others like me who are inspired by your unfaltering figure in the ring. And to see you become Grand Champion would be the greatest inspiration of all. Hearing from the fans really fires you up, doesn't it? They inspire you as much as you inspire them. Come on, let's continue on to the green room. Let's go. Let me in. I'm ready. We've been awaiting your arrival, Genossia. Huh? And this is? A kitty cat? She wants to cheer Genossia on. That's not a problem, is it? No, certainly not. If you would please follow me. Oh, nothing? Just gonna stare at the screen? Alright. Iron Fist. Well, here we finally are, the heavyweight title match. I'm starting to feel a little nervous, I have to admit. Seems she wants to find her master, just like Ritsara said. It's heartbreaking. Right, better focus. I suppose this will be the last time for this, but let's take a look at your opponent. I don't think it'll be the last time. Well, it might be the last time of getting a look at our opponent, but... The reigning Grand Champion of the Arcadian, the Tyrant. Prior to becoming a fighter, he was a peerless hunter renowned for his mastery of all weaponry in the ring. Or, of all weaponry. In the ring, he wields an arsenal of arms and freely switches between them as the situation demands. Based on the information the Uni found, he'll be using the soul of a behemoth, a fell beast that possesses terrible strength and magics. In addition to powerful physical attacks, he'll unleash devastating whirlwinds and meteors. More than ever, you'll have to take care. Now go out there and win one last time. Claim the title and usher in a new era for the Arcadian. One where lives aren't sacrificed for entertainment. Yeah. The Arcadian just has banger after banger. Let's see how long it takes to just do these things. Whoops. No time at all. shut up and know your place. One of our healers decided they didn't want to do heavyweight M3 yet. Ah, there we go.
Of all with an iron fist, the Grand Champion of the Arcadian, the Tyrant!
The Tyrant!
Woo. At long last, the decisive match against the Grand Champion! Will the challenger triumph and seize the Tyrant's throne?
First, I shall take your measure. Show me your footwork.
Oh, even I felt that. Can't afford to be careless now. Once again, they slip beyond their opponent's reach.
Sight move in, axe move out.
How about this?
What is it? Okay. Oh.
Another attack evaded with aplomb.
Behold, the essence of martial mastery.
Just stand here on the side.
Absolute brutality! The champion's power is unmatched.
There is much more to come.
Okay, so he's gonna go axe, sight.
Oh, the challenger's holding their own.
Although I suppose it's probably
It has been a long time since I've enjoyed myself so.
Now what?
Oh, it's tyranny time, folks. He knows no mercy, and he's never tasted defeat.
Really loud. Turn that down for you guys. Shut up and know your place.
No more holding back. Prepare yourself, unenhanced warrior.
I beg your pardon? What is he going to do with all those weapons?
Crazy stuff.
Such ferocity! The champion is ruthless indeed!
Whoa.
My reign is absolute. I will not lose.
The tyrant altered his form! He looks even more tyrannical than before!
Know the folly of challenging me unenhanced.
Meteorine? Okay, we want to avoid that. Ooh, vulnerability, what? I guess I wasn't supposed to join the pile? Okay, I was supposed to take one of the... What?
I will not yield my
That doesn't
throne.
get blocked by the...
What a display of power! He's unleashed the full might of the behemoth!
Only one of them survived.
Now fall.
Oh, he split the ring in half! We're going to need urgent repairs!
Yep. I'll take this. Boom!
Try this.
You want to position yourself properly because it's going to launch you. Oh, I think some people got launched. Wait, what? I didn't know he was going to do that.
And now he's thrown the ring! What absurd strength! Ham, the ring shall presently be restored.
Good. You wonder what the hell was.
Oh, 'tis a clash between feral pride and mortal resolve! Either side could come out on top!
The power of feral souls makes the Arcadian what it is.
Nah.
What power! Looks like someone isn't holding back.
it? Or is there... Oh, that's it. He did it. Yay.
Oh, the match is decided! Before your very eyes, a new grand champion is born!
Yeah. Loot. Also, commendation.
It's all over. Until next time.
I need this. Okay, this. Yes. Alright, pass everything else. There we go. Now I've got 3. Just one more. Genossia has deposited the tyrant to rise up as the grand champion. Oh? What brings the referee out now? Angry eyes. I'm pleased to see I was not mistaken about you, says familiar voice. Why don't you tell me who? That voice! It's the president! Is it really? None other. Though this is obviously not my true form, I'm in my quarters on the uppermost floor. A deal's a deal! Tell us where the drop of life is! It is here with me. Come, I shall give it to you. You have earned a personal audience. The drop of life? I haven't the faintest what this is about, but I'd better take a camera to capture these events. Is that so, Metem? Don't trust. This looks like an arena for another fight. Yeah, yo, hi. What is that monstrosity? The Lindworm, legendary serpent of Eld and namesake of my homeland. By infusing myself with its soul, I have come to assume this form. The president has become a terrifying creature! And of course you brought this camera in. And those people, why, they're the immortalized! There's Eutrope. Eutrope! Metem, why is she... You promised you would save her! I'm truly sorry, but it seems he was one step ahead of us. You have served me well, Metem, but I have long been aware of your duplicity. Arrayed behind me are all the fighters who have been immortalized. With each feral transformation, their souls were ravaged until they ultimately met their demise. A pitiable fate. They shall make a fitting audience for the final act. here in this faithfully recreated Lindblom Theater. Woo! Yeah. To use the bodies of the departed as a decoration! This is pure depravity! People of Alexandria, in my mission to bring you ever more thrilling entertainment, I have given my very body and soul. I acquired the power of the mighty Lindworm, and then sought to create fighters who could offer me fierce contest. Alas, all died prematurely, taken by a soul-consuming affliction. But at least they may know peace, for the one I have long awaited has appeared. With the actors thus assembled, the greatest show in Arcadian history may finally begin. In feverish highs shall all sorrow and tedium be swept away. This is unconscionable! How could the President do such a thing simply for entertainment? Unenhanced warrior, know that you have merely become heavyweight champion. If you wish to be crowned the true Grand Champion, you must now defeat me. I'll send you slithering back to your hole. That's the spirit. See to it that you spare no preparation. Nothing short of perfection will suffice from our performance. A shocking truth has been revealed, and the final match has been set. How will this harrowing tale conclude? How do y'all feel now? To think that the fighters were dying from using feral souls. Yeah. Just because we wanted thrills. The Arcadian was my escape, but if I'd known the price for it... If this is the way it is, then our only hope is for the unstoppable upstart to win. That's right. Let's all cheer her on against the evil president. Yeah! Hey, Ritzar. Eutrope. Not you too, Eutrope. Not you too. The ring's reprieve, Orchestrion roll. Yana is beside herself with grief. Deep down, I'd feared we might be too late. I'd steeled myself for the worst, but the reality was too much to bear. When I saw how the President had exploited my sister and all those others, I tried to use a feral soul without thinking. I want nothing more than to fight with you, but I know I'd only hold you back, and I'd be a fool to tempt fate again with a feral soul. In his twisted mind, the President might think this is just a show, but to me, this is a reckoning. For Eutrope and all the fallen fighters, bring that monster to justice, Genasia. Quest accepted. M4 now accessible. Immediately in. Ba, 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 ba. Full party.
It's the shocking true face of the villainous president, the mighty serpent of yore, the Lindworm!
Never had a choice. Never let the upswing. Calm them nerves, got the whole world watching.
The president must pay for his crimes! Give him what for, champion!
Stop it. Light it up. Let's go.
His arm has a life of its own! Is this the power of the mythical Lindworm? His arm is
what?
slithering out! Oh,
Okay.
That's disgusting!
Alright then. Got the whole world watching. Go, don't stop me.
Watch out! That is one cruel coil!
Oh shoot. There we go.
Once again, they slip beyond their opponent's reach.
Uh-oh.
Another attack evaded with a fall.
Oh, what?
His arms are snaking round the ring. What's he planning?
Oh no!
Oh dear, the challenger's fallen out of the ring. Oh, they're up! What fighting spirit! Oh no! The gore has latched onto the champion! Don't panic!
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to do an attack, so I needed to face away from everybody, or if it was going to send me forward. Okay. It's a lot of mechanics going on. Hello?
And they're back in action! Can they turn the tide?
Nope. Everyone's dead. Somebody shouting my last brain cell.
The president must pay for his crimes. Give him what for, champion.
Stupid worm, says someone. Got more knowledge, though. Got a lot of mechanics.
His arm has a life of its own. Is this the power of the mythical Lindwa? His arm is slithering out. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's really disgusting.
Watch out! That is one cruel coil.
Let's go.
Once again, they slip beyond their opponent's reach.
So just remember if you try. The whole world watching. Don't stop it.
Another attack evaded with aplomb. His arms are snaking round the ring. What's he planning?
That.
Oh no! The gore has latched onto the champion! Don't panic!
Where you going?
A direct hit! But they're still standing!
They're still standing. Okay, that's a weird one.
Oh dear! The challenger's fallen out of the ring!
Oh! At least I'm alive.
They've been struck with venom, but they can weather it. They must.
That's a lot.
Just the blood boils inside of me. Looking at the walls around me. I think what it's gonna be. Never had a choice.
The whole room. Light it up. Forward. What the?
Are shaking out my skin. I got tingling in my hands. Moving like a lightning strike. Come on tonight. So just catch me if you can. Never had a choice.
Never like the opposite. Oh, watch it. Sit, don't, ain't no stopping. Light it up. Let's go. Let's go.
The battle is decided. Victory goes to the champion. What the? Could the Lindworm's regeneration be out of control?
Oh boy.
The Lindworm's completely healed. What outrageous regenerative power!
If you try. At least his
Is
new
there no
health bar
limit to
goes
his
down
regenerative capacity?
Moving like a lightning strike. Come on tonight. So just catch me if you can. Never had a choice. Never let the odds win. That nerves got the whole world.
Watching as it goes, ain't no stopping. Light it up. Let's go, light it up, let's go. on fire, burning brighter than any borderline. I'm way too hot to touch, so just dry. Hey, boys. Yeah! On top of the world.
Unbelievable! Yes. The champion's done it! The president has been defeated!
Woohoo! Heavyweight tier complete. Alright, first off, healer. Second off, I need this. I need that. I'm gonna pass on these. If I can't get the hollow armor piece, then I guess I'll grab a ring. There. We got a hollow blade. So I gotta wait a little longer to get my chest piece, I guess. You did it, Genossia, just as I thought you would. Now tell us where the drop of life is. We won't allow anyone else to die. Metem. That which you seek lies before you. The ether yielded by the lindworm's heart is the stimulant for the regeneration factor. Now set aside your grief for Eutrope and the other fighters. For Eutrope and the other fighters have not perished. Everyone can still be saved. Everyone except the president. What? Everything has been part of the president's plan to produce the cure to psychonecrosis. When the first fighter was diagnosed with the disease, the president was utterly shaken. He cursed himself for ever introducing the use of feral souls. Determined to find a cure, he turned to the treasure that had been passed down through his line, the egg of a lindworm, a creature known for its phenomenal regenerative abilities. After much experimentation, he ultimately extracted the soul of the unborn beast and took it into himself. And though he transformed into a monstrosity possessed of preternatural regeneration, he sadly could not use his power to heal others. To make matters worse, that power meant he was forever locked in its serpentine form. So it was that he was forced to confine himself to this mausoleum. For a small blessing, his regulator still allowed him control over the Arcadian's devices, and he could remotely operate machinery. That was how he was able to make contact with me and convey his intent. To sacrifice himself and have the cure made from his heart. Alas, the lindworm was too powerful. Even the tyrant proved no match, and the Arcadian remained in operation as the search continued for a warrior capable of defeating him. Those fighters who developed psychonecrosis had to be retired and put into a deep sleep, a cold stasis to keep the disease at bay until they could be cured. It was for this reason that Eutrope was kidnapped. The president lamented subjecting more souls to the disease, but for want of other solutions, he could only press on with his plan. If that's the truth, then why didn't you tell us? The president was nothing if not a showman. He dedicated his regrets, his desire for atonement, and indeed his very life to bring greater thrills to the masses. In so doing, he would promote fiercer competition and give rise to ever stronger fighters, one of whom he hoped would rise up to challenge him. It was to keep the competition running that the disease was kept secret, and though many fighters showed promise, it seemed as though none would ever transcend the tyrant. That is, until you appeared. From the moment he saw you, the president was certain that you'd be the one to defeat him. All he needed to do was to spur you on, and to do so he cast you as a rebel who would tear down the Arcadian and himself as the greatest heel it has ever known. The man couldn't help but turn everything into a spectacle. It's so absurd, one can't help but admire it. So this entire time we've been puppets in the president's play? Hey, so... Confound it! He's already recovered! We'll help too! Or we'll help too! Woo! It's no good! Everybody, listen up! Everybody, listen up. What? The questions can wait. Right now, I need you all to channel something. Channel your ether into me. One big old bomb. Use it, Genossia! Our combined power! Yeah! Drop kick to the face! We need to finish him now! Pull out my sword. You fought well, champion. Leave the rest to us, says question mark. Okay, y'all. The heavyweight fighters. The president confided in us long ago. We've been acting according to his instructions. It was my duty to serve as the challenger's final test. And to ensure their hands would not be sullied. It was the battle of a lifetime. Even without Feral Souls, the Arcadians' future is bright. Hello, Pikachu Uwu. Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy. It's going good. We've just finished the final fight of the Arcadian. Hector, I thought you were gone. You died after becoming that fiend. I'd thought the same, but then I woke up, and I was myself again. Medem explained everything after that. The President had given me less potent souls for the bout, and then his people restored me back to normal. I've been resting in the Arcadian's infirmary ever since, but when I saw what was happening on the broadcast, nothing could keep me from coming to help. Yes, happy Christmas. I might have pushed myself too hard. Forgot I had this little disease. Right, that! We should move everyone to the infirmary immediately and have the cure created. I shall personally tend to matters from here. Every soul will be saved. I give you my word. Naomi. I watched the broadcast from start to finish. You are absolutely amazing, Genasia. Though it's taken some time, you've inspired me to change my view towards souls. Like Yana, I've decided to remove my regulator as well. By the way, some people from the Arcadian dropped by earlier to apologize for the President's deception. They even helped fix up the gym. It's been quite a whirlwind of events, but it seems the worst is over. All that remains is to pray that everyone is cured. How did I get started with Final Fantasy XIV? Sometime later. I'll get to that in a second. If there's a pause in the cutscene. Alright. I got started. Oh, when was it? I think it was 2021, somewhere around there. 2020, 2021, something like that, in the summer. Mainly because I had heard good things about it for a little while, and that it was a good game, but I hadn't really gotten into it until after I'd seen Jesse Cox, a YouTuber streamer. He started playing it, or had started playing it again, and did like a whole video about the game, and I was like, all right, it was like, I think it was like a lore video type thing, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna jump in and see what it's all about, and I started streaming it, and I've been streaming it ever since, and that was around the time when Endwalker was coming out. Yeah. It was around the time when Endwalker was coming out, because I remember I had purchased the pre-order of Endwalker and got a special scythe and stuff. Yeah. Sounds good. But yeah, and it has been an enjoyable ride for the most part. Obviously, A Realm Reborn was a bit of a slog, but once you get through that, you've got Heavensward and Stormblood and Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and then now Dawntrail. I actually ended up finishing post Endwalker, like getting all the way caught up just a couple days before Dawn Trail released. So I managed to work that out. I see, yes. I play a fair variety of games. I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV a lot, although less so now that I'm caught up, because it's like there's not a whole lot to do aside from the new patch that released last week, which is this is a part of. But I have been playing Ghost of Yotei, and I'll be getting back into that on Monday. I took a little break from it because Metroid Prime 4 came out, and Metroid Prime 1 is my favorite game of all time, so I had to play through that. And we just finished that on Thursday. My goal is to just kind of hang out and play games. I started streaming because I was like, well, I'm playing games in my off time anyway, and I have the capability to stream, so why not stream while I hang out and play games? You know? And I've been fairly consistently playing or streaming on Saturdays from around noon to 3, Mondays from around 5 to 8 or 5:30 to 8:30 or around there, and then same time on Wednesdays as well, and that's all in Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Time, depending on daylight savings and all that. Oh, sounds neat. Yeah. And I just figured that, you know, I might as well stream, and if I somehow take off and actually start making money from it, great. If not, oh well, I'm still having fun playing games. Hopefully being somewhat entertaining. Man, I really like several of the classes, but Dark Knight and Viper are my two highest level. I'm working on getting Ninja to 100. It's currently 98, but all of my jobs or classes or whatever you want to call them are at least level 60. All of my melee DPS are level 70 plus, with only 2 of them being 70, the rest are 80 plus. And then my ranged physical DPS is all about 60, and kind of the same for the magical DPS. And then I've been working on my tanks, so my tanks are all 70 plus, getting close to 80 plus. I've got 2 of them level 79, one of them's level 77 or 78. And then of course, Dark Knight is 100. But yeah, I enjoy a wide variety of the jobs, but I think Dark Knight is probably one of my favorite. I'm pleased to say the treatment was effective. Everyone has made a full recovery from psychonecrosis. Yay! Woohoo! Kitty! Well, thank you. The symptoms are completely gone. I feel like myself again thanks to the cure. And of course to you as well, Ginasia. Yana has told me all. Yana has told me all. Words do not suffice to show my gratitude, but please accept my thanks.
Yeah. Mine too. I owe you one.
Before setting off for their homes, the heavyweight fighters and those who were in stasis also expressed their heartfelt gratitude for you. And it would be remiss of me to not do the same. Thank you, Genossia. I, meanwhile, must apologize to everyone. Though it was to conceal the President's plan, the fact remains that I deceived you. I am truly sorry. And here I thought you were the true mastermind. Yeah. I was thinking that. Me? The mastermind? You give me too much credit. I've not the imagination to conceive such an audacious plan. I actually don't have an Instagram. I've got a Blue Sky and I've got a Tumblr, and then that's really it. That said, I did work behind the scenes to ensure all went according to script. In light of this, perhaps I could be considered the mastermind? Uh-huh. In the end, everything is as the President had hoped. Wherever he is now, he too would doubtless be overjoyed. He sacrificed himself to save us all. Another debt I can never repay. The President actually had one last wish. That those who still bear love for the Arcadian, even after everything, continue to fight and bring excitement to the fans. He really had us all figured out. It's as if we're still dancing in the palm of his hand. Lest you wonder, I've arranged for the souls in the repository to be set free as you desired. Never again shall feral souls be wielded in the Arcadian. From now on, matches will only be fought between unenhanced warriors. The upstart's revolution was a success. This means, however, that there are none at present who could offer you contest. Until our fighters have become strong enough, I'm afraid we won't have any matches for you. I'm sure that day will come soon when I must defend my title as Grand Champion. I think I speak for everyone when I say I'd love to face you on Enhanced. I won't stop training until I'm ready. Now then, there is to be a crowning ceremony for the new Grand Champion. Naturally, it can't begin without you, so pray come to the green room at your earliest convenience. Meow, meow, no kitties. No Discord either. Just Blue Sky and Tumblr. And they're both just, like, at Zovis. Should have the same, profile icon as my Twitch page, or my Twitch account as well. Well, Yana, we did it. The ceremony will be held in the very ring we fought in. It wasn't all that long ago, yet somehow it feels like an age. But come, everyone's already out there waiting. Make sure you're dressed for the occasion, because all of Alexandria will be watching. Let's do it. My fellow citizens, we are gathered to recognize a new grand champion in the Arcadian. Or you know what? Here, we can even... My fellow citizens, we are gathered to recognize a new grand champion in the Arcadian. An unstoppable force of nature who tore through every obstacle in her way. Please join me in welcoming this radiant star to the stage. The woman who boldly ushered in revolution, the unenhanced yet undefeated Queen of the Arcadian, Junasia Missan! Yippee! Grand champion. Hold it right there. It's a farce that you're grand champion. I refuse to accept it. Brute Bomber. Oh my! The Brute Bomber has barged into Genosia's ceremony again! Does the man never learn? I demand a rematch. Just you and me, unenhanced. Not so fast. Or not so fast. Watching you get tossed aside by Junasia would hardly be entertaining. I'll be your opponent. Black Hat has leapt into the ring! I dare say it should be an even match. With the president no longer with us, it falls to my humble self to authorize matches. And on this occasion, I am pleased to approve an impromptu exhibition. Yay! Let this be the clash to christen the Arcadian's rebirth! She's the claw that gleams in revolution's shadow, the rebel that prowls the dark, Black Cat! He's the man who's been to hell and lived to tell the tale, the incorrigible, reprehensible Brute Bomber! Whoa. I did it! I beat the Brute Bomber! Sorry for spoiling your moment with that charade, but we wanted to kick off the new era of the Arcadian with a bang. Meadow came up with the last-minute script and I agreed to join in. Retired fighters have been returning as well. eager to fight in unenhanced matches. We're all going to do our part to keep the Arcadian exciting. And as you may have already noticed, everyone's decided to remove their regulator. That's because we won't be needing souls anymore, feral or otherwise. Meanwhile, since you have no equal, you've been granted the title of Eternal Grand Champion and entered into the Hall of Fame. You're already a legend, basically. Now, though you may not be able to fight, we'd still love to see you, so don't be a stranger and drop by at the gym or drop by at my gym or the green room from time to time. As much as I hate to admit it, we played into the President's hands from the start, but it was only because you were the protagonist of his script that we could bring the tale to a happy conclusion. We truly couldn't have done it without you, our unenhanced Grand Champion. So please allow me to thank you again. We're forever in your debt. Now, there's an orchestrion roll for me. Let's go to the arcade over here. Well, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Let's see, so we got Heavy Hollow Ring. That should be able to get us. I'll go with Nicholas. Of Fending. Upgrade our gear. Hang on. Yeah, it's just some headphones. Alright. Throw those on. Let's see, there's empty gear set. I should probably repair gear. I don't know, maybe after the stream. I do have other things going on today. I've got a friend's birthday party, but that's it. That's it. Starts at 5. But basically, I will be busy later today. But maybe between the end of stream and that. Kind of want this jacket. I think it looks pretty neat. Wonder how it cannot be dyed. Well, in that case, I don't know if we really need it. Could always go for this. steampunk gear that's just slightly better. But it requires tomestones of mnemonics. Sure. Yeah, see, here's all my jobs here. It's one of the things that's really neat about Final Fantasy XIV is you can have one character that's all of the jobs. You can just switch between jobs whenever you want. Just go like, and now I'm a dragoon, and now I'm a monk, or a viper, or a ninja, Dark Knight, just like that. Yeah, see, monk and samurai are 70. I need to get those up. But, oh yeah, that's right. Everything else for melee DPS is 90 plus. So dragoon, ninja, and reaper are 90 plus. Ninja's getting close to 100. And paladin is 78, warrior 79, gunbreaker 79. I'm working on those. The reason why I'm leveling them together is because they share a gear set, and I've only got so much space for gear over here. As you can see, it's very full. So I try to level them in step because there are like tiers of gear. There are some gear that's in between, like some gear that's level 71 or 73 or 75. But I generally just go, alright, here's my level 70 gear, I'll keep that till I get to level 80, then bump it to level 80 gear. And since all the tanks share gear, I can just have one set of gear for all three of those. And then I've got my Dark Knight gear, which eventually, once the other three get to 100, they can all share the level 100 gear. I'm from Michigan, Midwest United States. A big ol' mitten state. Yes. And technically Pictomancer is level 80. It starts at level 80 and I haven't really touched it. But the rest of my magical range DPS are all like around 60s. Same with the physical ranged. Ah, Texas. So a bit earlier for you then. Right. Let's my saddlebag here. Just throw this in here. Yeah, let's go see about the Hildebrand questline. Yes, nice to meet you as well. I know it's somewhere around here. There it is. It is time for insanity, ridiculousness. The case of the displaced inspector. Looking rather lost herself, Nashu Makaraka has come west in search of the missing inspector.
Why, hello there, Ginasia. Kor, how serendipitous that we should cross paths in this far-flung nation. Have you come all this way to lend me a hand? Because, let me tell you, I could use the help. You see, I've been doing my absolute darndest to track down the inspector ever since Mr. Papu's starship whisked him off to God's only nowhere. My best lead turned out to be the Thavnarian Truth. Eyewitness accounts in the latest issue described a shiny craft headed west across the ocean. So I packed a few things and headed as far west as I was able. This is where I ended up. I've made a few inquiries since my arrival, but I've mostly been acclimatizing myself to the native cuisine. Very important step, that. Anyway, seeing as fate has sent you to assist me, I suppose it's time I continued questioning the locals on the matter of unidentified flying gentlemen. Here, this should help aid in our investigations. It's an illustration of the starship, clipped from Dorian's publication. Having this on hand should make it much easier to explain what we're looking for.
I suppose so.
I'll ask around the markets hereabouts. As for you, well, I've yet to venture beyond the food stalls, so practically anywhere else but here. If you learn any useful information, come and find me around this spot. I'll be stuffing my, ears with delicious, intelligence.
It is the Land Guard's duty to remain vigilant for threats and unusual developments. That may warrant their intervention. It may be prudent to visit Bright Plume Post and question the soldiers. That would be a good place to start. Yes. So let's hit up this Aetheryte. Take us straight there. Mobilja. Yes? Is there something I can help you with?
I'm looking for a spaceship.
Your what? Actually, I have seen a vessel like that. It was some time before Zeralja's flying ships appeared. I watched it limp northwards through the skies above Tuliolo, wobbling about like it might crash to the ground at any moment. I see. Good. Northwards. Searching for a strange ship, you say? Yeah. Looks like this. Yes, I saw a flying disc just like that during a patrol in Shalani. Or Shaloni. Uh-oh. It was slowly drifting towards the ground and seemed to come down somewhere in Yasalani. If you're determined to find it, then that's where you should try next. What were they calling the place that's covered by the dome now? Heritage Found? Oh boy. I was afraid that, our goodly inspector may have gotten caught up in the dome. That could pose some problems. So, it's like, when he mentioned, oh yeah, it was sometime before Zeralja's invasion. And he went north. And then that guy talking about seeing it around this, it's like, oh no. Oh no. So around Shaloni, he was on patrol. So if he ended up here, and then the dome came down, that means that he's been in that dome because of the time difference. He's been in there for like a couple dozen years, if he has been in the dome since it formed.
My forays into the stalls bore no fruit at all. None starship-shaped, anyway. How was your harvest, then?
Well, may have a problem. He may be in his 90s now.
Those are some solid leads! Nice work, Genossia. So by the sounds of things, the ship was malfunctioning and eventually came down somewhere to the north of here. With any luck, this heritage found you mentioned will be the place we find the inspector.
I doubt it will be so simple, and certainly not without incident, knowing how matters involving the inspector tend to go. I'm sure there will be some ridiculousness going on.
Well, with you as my escort, I'm sure we'll arrive at the right spot eventually, and none the worse for wear. Shall we head off?
Sure. Let's go.
You! You stalker! The stalker's here as well.
Poor Lance Gardening.
The air is all crackly and zappy. This is where the starship supposedly came down, so let's start our search for the inspector. Standard investigative procedure dictates that we question the residents for possible gentleman sightings. Off we go!
Quite the sights here.
Hello, have you seen a gentleman, Inspector?
This is a small settlement, and all its inhabitants are known to me. If a man of such distinctive appearance and demeanor were among us, I'm sure I would have noticed.
Buddy, what are you doing back there? Why are you zapping yourself?
What? Perhaps he's wandering around somewhere inside Solution 9? They have so many more people. He could easily go unnoticed in the crowds. You were here as Queen Sphne's guest, as I recall. If your companion wishes to enter the city as well, then I suggest you make arrangements with the sentry at the tower entrance.
Ooh, Solution 9! That sounds promising. Thank you for the tip.
Uh-huh.
Buddy, what are you... Let go of that!
Oh my goodness. This guy. Hello, Sentry. I would like to request that Nashu be allowed to enter.
Visitor detected. Verifying access rights. Unlimited Everkeep access confirmed.
could you give the same access to Nashu here, please?
Scanning unregistered visitor. Warning! Warning! Explosive device detected. Entry denied.
Gosh dang it, Nashu. Nashu, why you always gotta be carrying bombs? I am not carrying explosives. This is medicine for treating Inspector Hildebrand's condition.
Explosive medicinal compounds. Error. Does not compute.
It's really quite simple. Inspector Hildebrand was sucked. Hello, the Gold Roller. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. Welcome. We're just starting out the Dawn Trail Hildebrand quest line. Thank you for the follow, Gold Roller, as well. Much appreciated. How's it going? Were you also playing Final Fantasy XIV? I myself just finished up the newest Arcadian raids. Ah. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I won't proceed just yet on this cutscene to avoid spoilers for you. Ah, cool. So you play a bard then? Yes. Thank you. Thanks again for the raid. I hope you have a good time and enjoy your own journey with Final Fantasy XIV. It's really quite simple. Inspector Hildebrand was sucked up by Mr. Papu's malfunctioning starship, after which it proceeded to drag him thousands of miles away and deposit him here. Ergo, you need to let me pass so I can blow away his brain cobwebs.
Error. Logic circuits overloading. Emergency shutdown initiated.
Good job, Nashu. You shut them down with your crazy logic. Huh. It must be nap time. I guess we can just go in. Yeah, I guess so, Nashu. I guess so. We'll just... You! Stalker! Stop it! Stop stalking Nashu. Court, that's a good-sized city! Well, there's one sure way of locating the inspector in a place like this. If there's an ongoing case, then that's where he'll be. Let's head to the lively part of town and look into any nefarious incidents, shall we? Do you know which is the lively part? Well, Trueview. And that's in the eastern sector, you say? Right then, let's get to it. The Hildebrand questline, man, it's always a trip. Here we are back in Trueview again, this time to search for a case to solve. What? Like a crime? Now that you mention it, I did hear about a theft recently. Our city is peaceful, by and large, but anywhere you have a lot of people, incidents like these are bound to occur. Philemon, hey. A case, huh? I've heard talk of an odd, squealing creature of some sort, but I don't know if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. Could be Papoo. Recent troubles? I saw a pair of soldiers mobilizing not moments earlier, responding to a disturbance, it seems. I don't think it was far from here, but I'm a bit hazy on the details. Alright, Nashu. You! Stop it! Stop it! Oh, I also heard about that theft. Something was stolen from a nearby tavern, apparently. I got directions to the scene of the crime, so let's head over together. Hello, Chaos Flame Games. It is. Oh. Hold up. The camera's too zoomed in. Can't. I saw him. I saw a man in a trench coat and a fedora.
The thief absconded with an aged bottle of spirits. The most expensive one in my establishment. I demand you find this criminal at once.
Not really main story quest. This is the Hildebrand quest line for the post-Dawn Trail section of Hildebrand quest line. Spoiler. Yeah. Yeah. Run, flee. I don't wanna spoil you on anything. Well, thank you for stopping by. But yes, Hildebrand. I finally started. I've been waiting because I didn't want to get stopped at the end of each patch and then have to wait for the next patch. We're only on 7.4 right now, but I figure it's okay to get started. I just don't want to completely forget what was going on in the previous patch by the time the next patch comes along.
No need to get all hot and bothered. The culprit's right under your nose.
Says gravelly voice. Hildebrand, what are you doing?
Admit it, punk. You pinched the hooch.
Me? But why would you think...
With the supply of souls cut off, folks with a habit have turned to black market rackets, and luxury goods of dubious provenance is one way of paying the asking price. A top-shelf bottle of juice would make for a fine trade, I'd say. By the by, you know there's a method for identifying contraband souls. Your regulator logs would tell the tale. Don't want to let us check 'em? Be my guest. I took a gander at the cabinet where the bottle was stored, and the lock showed obvious signs of tampering. Electro-picking tools are awful hard to handle, aren't they? Most amateurs get singed, but you've got scorch marks all over your mitts. Give it up, kid. We've got you dead to rights.
After they suspended soul provisions, I couldn't stop worrying about the future. It was a moment of weakness.
Save it for the authorities. Take him away, boys.
Dang it, Hildebrand. What are you doing?
That was Inspector Hildebrand, wasn't it?
Had to be. Had to be. He didn't sound very gentlemanly. He sounded very gruff.
He must still be in shock after the starship crash landing. A healthy dose of Nashu's delights will put him to rights.
Now, Nashu. Now, hang on. Maybe not in such a populated area, Nashu. This is... People might get the wrong idea.
I suppose that would be the responsible course of action. Come on, we should hurry along before we lose sight of this ungentlemanly Hildebrand.
Oh, Hildebrand. Every time, he's always got his head all scrambled. And we gotta unscramble it. Alright, Nashu.
He walked that away. Or it was more of a mosey?
Oh my goodness. Is he brooding? Being all noir. Serious face. Egg? What? A hard-boiled egg, of course, for a hard-boiled detective, yeah?
He looks like the inspector, but he's a touch old and mopey.
Yeah, he's probably old because he's been because of the time difference with the dome, and now he's like a couple decades older.
30 years passed inside the dome? Then if Inspector Hildebrand was here when it happened, that would put him in his 50s. He must have been living here so long that he's forgotten everything about his previous life. Luckily, I have just the thing to jog his memory. No, shoot!
I think I wouldn't notice such an obvious tail. I don't know what your game is, but bombs ain't toys. Best put 'em away before you hurt someone or yourself. Like me, I see neither of you are sporting regulators, so I suggest you be more careful with the only lives you've got.
Sir, don't you remember us? You're Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Gentleman Inspector Extraordinaire!
I've been called a lot of things, but nothing so insulting as a gentleman.
What are you doing?
I'm a weathered old fool with too many debts and regrets. Detective Hard Boyle.
Very impressive! But even with that name and those odd clothes, you might as well be the inspector's older, more wrinkled twin.
Hate to break it to you, but you're barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah? What's the matter? What? What? Nashu? Nashu? What are you? How did? Wait. That. What were you grinding? You seem awfully fond of those hard-boiled eggs. Here, this one's on me. How did? What?
Thanks, Dollface. You're a peach.
Why did you run away? What? Nashu, no! It wasn't a bad egg at all! It was a bomb! Nashu! Unfazed, is he? You got a little. Your hair's a little on fire there.
Ooh, that's one way to cure a hangover. You got me good.
Maybe we really do have the wrong person. That indestructibility is awfully Manderville-like, though. I've seen a few cases of this twin-person phenomenon in the Dome. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I can see that you're not who I thought you were, and that we need to keep searching.
A missing person, is it? If that's the rub, you can leave the sleuthing to me.
Oh, we could really use your help.
By the sounds of things, this fella looks a lot like me. What did you say his name was? Phil DeGrand. I'll find him, but don't you worry. I can feel a hunch coming on already.
Yeah, if this really isn't actually Hildebrand, then our first clue should have been the fact that he immediately solved that case back there, like, really well. And didn't make any wild assumptions that turned out to be false. Are we sure that isn't the inspector?
Inspector Hardy Boiled. Oh my goodness.
I'd like to rush off and do some investigative work of my own, but this city still has my head spinning. I think I'll wait and see if this Detective Hardy Boiled is as good as he seems. Meanwhile, you should get back to wherever it is that famous adventurers, or whatever it is that famous adventurers do, when they're not embroiled in one of our fantastical cases.
The dame had me looking for a needle in a neon-lit haystack, a city with an allergy to sleep. This twin of mine had well and truly lost himself. The trail was colder than the ice at the bottom of... But I could smell it in the air, like the cloying stench of cheap perfume. A conspiracy. Stay tuned for further episodes of Detective Hardy Boiled. What?
Nashu?
Nashu!
Godbert! The inspector has finally set foot upon the Dawn Trail! Get ready for inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures! Who knows what his case will be this time? When it happens, whatever happens, you'll be there on the scene. Goblin?
Hey Nashu, I'm ready for the next step. A wizened testimony. Nashu's expression is equal parts consternation and anticipation.
Gymnasia, here to help again, are you? As things stand, I'm still waiting on word from...
Yours truly, I assume. Since parting ways, I've searched every alley and dive bar in Everkeep for signs of this Hildebrand character.
It's pronounced Hildebrand?
Well, however you say it, he was nowhere to be found.
Oh, where could the inspector be?
Chin up, dollface. The case ain't over yet, and I always get my man. When the trail goes cold, the trick is to go back to the beginning. I want you to tell me the whole story again and leave nothing out, no matter how unimportant it might seem.
Well, he was picked up by a UFO and dragged away by aliens, and then he flew across the salt to the west, and then flew north of Tuliolal, and assumedly crash landed somewhere around here before the dome showed up.
So, you followed rumors of the flying disc which nabbed your friend, and that led you to the place where it most likely crashed down. Here. You also think he was caught inside the dome when it appeared and, from your perspective, went through 30 years in the blink of an eye. Sounds like crazy talk. But I've seen enough strangeness in my line of work that I've learned to give clients the benefit of the doubt. And since we've got no leads on the man himself, I say we try jogging memories about the shiny starship instead. We'll want to question older people native to your world who might have witnessed the original crash landing 30 years ago. Folks that age seem to enjoy parks, like the one outside the residential, Roddy. Let's go!
Sure thing. Off to the information center. What might we find here?
Old timers aplenty, as promised. Pick a prune and get to it.
Oh, I still have that illustration I lent you last time. Showing it around should help nudge some ancient noggins. I added a sketch to the inspector's face to make things even easier. You sure did, Nashu. I have another copy for myself, but that only makes two. Genasia, you and Detective Hardboiled will have to share.
We are talking 3 decades ago here, so having a picture should come in handy. Even if the dame's work is on the same level as a finger painter toddler's magnum opus.
Wow.
Genasia, was it? Well, you let me know when you're ready to bother some park goers.
Oh, I'm ready now.
Right, let's start showing that picture around then. Keep an eye out for older Hyun and Hitsuro that might have hailed from outside the dome. Oh, and don't forget the Shitona.
Yes. Hello, Hitsuro man.
May I help you?
Have you seen this picture about 30 years ago?
I'm sorry, but 30 years ago I was practically an infant. Far too young to remember much of anything. That picture's very cute, though. Did your child draw it for you?
I'm sorry, Nashu. I'm sorry.
What can this old lady do for you?
Have you seen a flying saucer 30 years ago?
30 years ago? I honestly don't recall. My memories of that time are faded at best, my dears. That is a lovely drawing of you, though, sir. It really captures your essence.
That slack-jawed mug? You gotta be kidding me.
What do you have to say over here, Mr. Hardy-Boiled?
Vending machines caught your eye? Yeah, you could buy yourself a coffee or an energy drink, but luxuries like that make you soft. When I'm alone, walking through the darkest, dingiest parts of the city, I need something as weathered and weary as I am. I'll stick to my eggs, thanks.
Okay.
What could you be wanting with me, then?
I got a picture. Have you seen either of these things?
Can't say as I'm familiar with it. But I do remember 3 decades ago when I was still in the bloom of youth. Well, middle age. Say, I remember you. The clever kid who took back my Furbal tonic from that thieving son. That was a good bit of sleuthing, it was.
Are you...
No need for all that. Was just doing my job. Sorry to see that the tonic didn't do its job, though. It's not about growing me hair back, it's about the routine. About 40 years of massaging my scalp and basking in the same fragrant aromas every morning. Doesn't feel right to start the day without it. 40 years of using an Everkeep-made product? Ah, that's right. You're Alexandrian, born and bred, same as me. There's no way you could have seen the starship we're after. Sorry to bother you, sir. Well, no one said it would be easy dredging up eyewitness accounts from so long ago. This is where grit and persistence comes into it. I spied a Shatona fella heading towards the 914 radius. Hard to guess his age with how long they live, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky this time.
You good there, bro? Alright, I'll leave you to bask in the grass.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Have you seen Flying Saucer 30 years ago?
I'm not sure I recognize the man. Hard to tell with such a simple drawing. Forget about the drawing. We're more interested in what you know about the flying disc. Ah, yes, the craft I do recall seeing. When I yet felt the sun upon my face, I was living a very different kind of life at the time. It was during a hunt that I spotted it. Flying machines were a rare sight back then, so I remember it well, even now. And do you remember where it was headed? It appeared to crash somewhere in Ueawata, to the north. I was of a mind to seek out the wreckage, but then the dome suddenly appeared, and I had far stranger things to worry about. There. What did I tell you? Let's find your pal, Nashu, and share the good news.
Yes. Nashu! We know where the saucer landed 30 years ago. Let's go check out the landing site. No one seems to know anything about the starship. Did you fare any better?
That we did. We found a man that knew where it crash landed.
So it came down somewhere near this Uwera Yukata place. I don't suppose either of you have been here before.
Not Uwera Yukata. Nashu.
A research facility, you say? If some unidentified shiny object fell from the sky nearby, then I'd wager their people soon scooped it up. It seems we have our destination, but how to get across the lake?
We could take a hover cargo.
That we could. The Reforgers have a few, and I happen to know one of an accommodating disposition. Right, that's our transportation sorted. What I'm stuck on, though, is how you've already been to this Ueyawata when I'm only just learning such a place even existed. What's your deal, anyway?
I'm Junasia, agent of adventure.
You adventure for a living, is that it? Well, it's clear you're no fresh-faced mook. Let's press on with the investigation. My Reforger friend should have a hover cargo waiting for us at the Drift Downs.
I better pack a dose of Nashu's Delights.
Those explosives of yours, leave them behind. Don't need no dizzy dame blowing herself up on my watch. Or me, for that matter.
What you thinking about, Nashu?
To the outskirts.
It's hover cargo time.
I hear you need transport to Ueyawata. The hover cargo is ready are you?
This place is a mess, but I don't see any monsters roaming the halls, at least. Should be safe to split up and have a look around.
Yeah, I did come through here and clear out a bunch of monsters. Wait a minute. According to the minimap, there's something over here. Oh! Unlocked cabinet drawer. Shuffling through the various documents in the cabinet, you find one entitled Confidential Files Addendum 1. According to an associate native to these lands, an unidentified vessel we recovered near Ueyawata had flown into the region not long before the dome manifested. Their testimony was corroborated by a thorough examination of the wreckage, which yielded not a single sliver of electrum. The vessel was, without a doubt, manufactured using a technology fundamentally unlike our own. This mystery was further compounded by the discovery of a hewn survivor within the craft. Despite the apparent force of the impact, the lone male occupant had sustained no visible injuries. documents. Skimming through the various documents, you find one entitled Confidential Files Addendum 2. The hewn mail we extracted from the wreckage is an abnormal specimen indeed. While physically unharmed and in clear possession of a soul, he yet remains in a comatose state. The absence of reaction to any and all external stimuli is indicative of temporal stasis. Every method we have attempted, be it electric shock, a hot bath, or a sharp slap across the face, has failed to wake the subject. Is his remarkable corporeal fortitude an innate natural quality, or was it acquired with the aid of unknown technology? My enthusiasm for this research knows no bounds. He sure is quite the specimen, that Hildebrand. Oh. Abandoned clipboard. Confidential Files Addendum 3. I cannot understate the incalculable potential I see in our mystery subject. If we could but unlock the secret of his preternatural's resiliency, then we would never again need risk the dangers inherent in the transfer of monstrous souls. While some of my colleagues insist that vivisection is our only recourse, such an extreme measure would mean forsaking the knowledge the man might impart to us regarding his equally intriguing flying vessel. For the time being, we have decided to suspend all research related to this subject. The specimen will be preserved in a biocapsule in Sector 51 and placed under observation in the hopes that he will one day regain consciousness. Nashu! Capsule 51! Or capsule in Sector 51. I found a clipboard that tells us where he should be.
Junasia, sorry. Something else in the records caught my attention and it led me to a different floor. Hard to rustle up a verification key first. Or had to rustle up a verification key first. So I haven't spent any time on your Starship mystery. Did you turn up anything yet?
Yeah.
They were keeping him in Sector 51. The key I found should let us access that area. Let's grab your pal, Nashu, and head there now.
Inspector Hildebrand, there you are! Of course he's posing.
You two been yanking my chain? This clown doesn't look anything like me. Well, opinions aside, we've located our man. A hard-boiled egg which really hit the spot right now.
Nashu.
Here, give this to the detective.
Nashu, is that a bomb? Nashu.
Nashu, is this a bomb again?
Got a hard-boiled egg for you. A present just for you. appreciate it.
No, shoot!
I never could refuse the kindness of strangers.
What was that? Oh boy, zombies. That's a lot of zombies. Hey, Hildebrand, I'm gonna need you to do your zombie thing. Your Zombibrand thing.
These punks must be feeling lucky.
Duh, that is a gun. I thought he was gonna do his like finger gun thing. No, he's just... What are you doing? Hildebrand!
There is no need for firearms nor fisticuffs. I shall resolve this altercation in a manner that behooves a gentleman. Attention, everyone! Follow my lead, if you please.
What are you doing? Hildebrand! The Manderville dance. For a Manderville man.
Splendid, most splendid! Let us remember to always comport ourselves in a gentlemanly manner. I fear I may have overslept a trifle. But I, Hildebrand, well-rested agent of enquiry, now stand before you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. By the by, who is this austere-looking fellow? A new admirer of mine, mayhap?
This is Detective Hardboiled, your soul twin from another world.
Why, my dear Nashu, this man possesses nary a speck of my singular aplomb. He does not resemble me in the slightest. I couldn't agree more. My sweet old grandmother has more grit in her pinky finger.
That's odd. Maybe I need new glasses, but the two of you seem practically identical.
The odd thing here is how you look too young for a fellow who's been sleeping for 30 years. And don't get me started on how you charmed those shambling corpses. What kind of crime against nature are you?
The inspector has a very unique physique, for one, and as for the zombies, he's had an excellent rapport with them ever since his brief stint as an undead overlord extraordinaire.
That raises more questions than answers. Still, we can consider your missing person case closed. Which leaves me to chew on the something else that caught my attention earlier. I smell a new case brewing, and I mean to follow my nose. A case, you say? Then allow me to offer the services of Hildebrand, Inspector Extraordinaire. Undead Overlord seems more plausible to me at this juncture, but I'll bite. What does a fella like you even inspect?
Impenetrable mysteries and unsolved cases, of course!
So we're in the same business, eh? Makes me wonder how this gentleman act of yours actually helps you get the job done. I, too, am curious to see if, beneath that leathery gumshoe exterior, you have the gumption to handle the truly difficult cases. The dame, she's your assistant.
Loyal and steadfast.
I had an assistant once. But now ain't the time to reminisce. We have a new case to work on. This'll be just the thing to prove your sleuthing chops, Inspector. Let's get out of here and get down to brass tacks.
Oh boy. Well, we found him. We found Hildebrand. We got him some clothes. Detective Hardy Boyle's veteran nose has picked up the scent of a new case. There he goes, flexing.
As I was saying, I got a whiff of a new case in the making. So listen up while I explain the particulars. You said you scoured this place top to bottom and learned they were trying to stuff people's souls into monstrous hosts. But the facility was forced to close down before they managed any real success. Sound about right?
Yep.
I'm guessing whatever incident turned the staff into walking corpses happened not long after. Here's where it gets interesting. According to the notes I found, one of the researchers survived and continued to work independently even after the project was mothballed. Apparently, he dismissed the Turol Vitrol as impossible to control, and instead chose to pursue his research using less ornery beasts. Are you suggesting this mad scientist transferred his own soul into some slavering fiend? Nothing so mad as all that. No, he saved that honor for convicted criminals. Seems he set up a fake rehabilitation program, and the prisoners transferred then yanked out their souls for use in his experiments.
How awful! And what became of these now criminally minded creatures?
Which sounds like a terrible idea, by the way.
That's the million-credit question. I tracked down the containment cell mentioned in the notes, but found the cages inside emptier than a barfly's tumbler.
What?
A little digging into the operations log showed the cage locks were opened only recently, which means
we find ourselves on the case of the fiendish fugitives. We must seek out and apprehend these dastardly evildoers on the double.
yes. There's a chance they're out there causing trouble. And as a detective, I can't turn a blind eye when I suspect wrongdoing is afoot. Luckily, I also found a storage device that I figure belonged to the author of those research notes. It's pretty banged up, but I think the data might still be intact. Let's head back to Solution 9. I'll take this thing to my place in the recreation zone and see what I can recover.
Alright, back to Solution 9. Two Hardy Boileds plays. Hardy Boiled, man. Cute. Buddy, stop. Stop stalking Nashu. Either approach and tell her that you love her, or just leave her alone.
Right. I'll take a crack at this storage device. You're better off waiting outside. I'm not the kind of guy who makes his bed every morning, to say the least.
You don't want to see us, or you don't want us to see your messy apartment, is what you're saying.
Well, the bad news is the device was in even worse shape than I expected. It'll be a while yet before I can recover all its contents. A quick pass netted me some scraps though, even enough to piece together a partial file on one of the experimental subjects. It states our surviving researcher stuck the soul of a career thief into the body of an Cyclops. This light-fingered fella didn't steal out of greed, but for the joy of off his victims. Twisted guy like that ain't likely to change his stripes just 'cause he swished bodies.
Yes, 'tis all becoming clear to me. His intentions are obvious. Our impish escapee will burgle the most prestigious jewelry store in the city.
As soft-boiled a guess as any I've ever heard. Your instincts are way off, pal.
That... How dare you?
Never seen an Cyclops before, have you? If one of those big brutes was lumbering through the streets, all we'd have to do is follow the screams. No, if he's plotting a heist, he'll involve a target outside Everkeep. And he won't be aiming to pilfer any old supply crate either, but something that'd really cause a nuisance. Electrope. Alexandria's got a habit. Only that miraculous ore can satisfy. We need to hustle to the quarry outside, and I mean now.
There, Hildebrand. But that's the Hildebrand we know and love, the one who's always getting it wrong. There you go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Electrope strike.
Yes, I work here. Was there something you needed? We would like to know if you've seen an Cyclops around anywhere.
Got any thefts? Funny you should ask, actually. We've had several shipments of raw electric go missing in recent days. The strangest part is that our guards didn't see a thing. You'd need a hover cargo to move those heavy blocks, and surely someone would have noticed it coming and going.
There, what did I tell you? A sneaky Cyclops could have run off with those blocks without breaking a sweat.
You know who the culprit is, then? If there's anything I can do to help catch them, just say the word.
That's mighty kind of you, friend. Then let's have you bait the trap with a stack of electrope. Place conveniently out of sight of your patrols. We'll do the rest.
One tempting stack of electrope coming up. Surprised he didn't go, but wait a minute. Do I really trust you people that you're not just about to steal the electrope yourselves? Well, if he's there as well, I suppose he can keep an eye. There, that should do the trick. Collar that thief for me, will you? Oh, and do be careful while you're at it. Wait a minute. What was up with that look?
The trap is set. Now we wait.
Eating another hard-boiled egg. Hildebrand, what are you doing? Hildebrand! You stole his egg! no, hang on, yeah, everybody calm down. I know he stole your egg, but we could get you another egg, okay? Cyclops.
Oh, this is perfect. Maybe a little too perfect. Not good, not good!
So why did we just stand there?
That's our thief. After him.
He's waddling.
We got him.
We've lost sight of our quarry! Hildebrand? Oh, there's multiple. I see. This is.
And he's gone to ground in the middle of a field of Cyclopses. We got us a wise guy. Not a tough guy, though. According to his file, says he's got no stomach for fighting. So we just need to split up and find the one that doesn't try to squish us on sight. Of course, even if he is a coward, he's a big boy now, so he might still try to go down swinging. Shout out if you hit pay dirt. We'll take him together. Yeah. Aha! He's a bit smaller than the others. Me, not bad, Cyclops.
No? So why are you stealing?
Ah! Get back here.
Gosh dang it. Stalker. Get out of here. Hey Asher, did you see him come this way? The inspector and the detective set off in pursuit of that screaming Cyclops. Come on, let's not get left behind.
It all. We have you now, fiend. There's nowhere left to.
Oh, it's like being stabbed by 1,000 tiny needles.
Out with it, punk. Where did you stash the goods? Who set you free?
As if I'd tell the likes of you.
Have it your way. I hear this stings worse than chili sauce in your eye.
No!
Now, detective! Threats and intimidation do not become a gentleman! Move! Move! Give a criminal a chance and they'll make you wish you hadn't.
Oh my goodness, you two. My turn! Huh? Well. Ooh, he really is a big boy. Did he just get bigger? No. This is my show now. Lose the gun or the girl gets it. You two, weapons on the ground. No! Is he twitching? Get over here, Nashu.
You had your chance to come quietly. Say goodnight, sunshine.
Yeah!
Hildebrand, what have you done?
That didn't hurt at all.
I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry of all acts of violence.
Core, the inspector's all lit up!
You gotta be kidding me. That shot had enough juice to take down a Gomphotherium.
So bright. Too bright for me to bear.
He is the Inspector of Light, after all.
The pain is akin to stepping barefoot on a goblin's back. Master Thief, are you certain you aren't willing to speak with us?
You shone like a precious jewel. I yield. I'll tell you everything.
Huh? Soft-boiled and cracked.
I never wanted the Electro. The researcher who freed us commanded me to steal it, and I handed over every block I took.
So you weren't just being your usual thieving self? Alright. So what's this researcher's name?
He never told me his name, I swear. I know him only as the man who made us into monsters. He already had some scary-looking bruiser working for him, so I didn't dare refuse his orders.
No idea where we might find him, then?
None. I was supposed to meet him out here with my latest haul, but you can bet he slipped away after realizing I wasn't alone. That's it. That's all I can give you.
All right. I believe you. This case has taken a fishy turn. But even if you were if you were an unwilling subject in all this, you still have crimes to answer for. I'm handing you over to the Tin Men authorities. Don't worry, I'll explain how you're a crook in monsters' clothing so they don't just send you to the Arcadian for slaughter. As for the rest of you, meet me back at my place in Solution 9.
Yeah, what do you do with a guy like that who's had his soul shoved inside of a Cyclops? Like, even if he hasn't committed crimes, where does he go? Where does he live? How does he avoid getting hunted down like any other Cyclops? Woo. Oh, Hildebrand.
Surely Detective Hardy-Boiled must now acknowledge my dazzling investigative skills. In your dreams, pal. I handed the Cyclops over to the authorities and gave them the lowdown on our case. You can bet your last bean that researcher fella has other monsters doing his dirty work. I can't figure out his angle yet. But he's up to no good, that's for sure. Whatever those criminals are now, they're also fugitives. They'll be operating as far away from our mechanical sentries as possible. Maybe even beyond the confines of the dome. And that's a whole world I ain't familiar with. If you're keen to stay on the case, then I could use your help out there. You shall have it, of course! Inspector Hildebrand is at your service! Got my trench coat in a twist when your pal started dancing in front of my gun. And it's only fair I tell you why. Has to do with a man who had his fingers in every illegal pie in Alexandria. The Crime King, they called him. It was me who caught his royal rogueness and sent him to rot in a prison cell. But after being transferred elsewhere under the auspices of some rehabilitation program, I haven't heard a peep.
And he's probably went to that rehabilitation program, the one where he got his soul stuffed into a monster, right?
I see you've connected the dots. Could be that elsewhere was Yue Yawata. Yeah. Me and him have got a history, so if he's running free out there somewhere in a new monster skin, I want to be the one to bring him in. Your unwavering commitment is commendable, Detective Hardy-Boiled. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby swear to remain steadfastly by your side until we have brought this case to its resolution. I don't recall asking that soft-boiled dope to do a thing. Anyhow, I'll get back to pulling scraps of data from that box. Drop by next time you're in the neighborhood. Maybe I'll have a new lead for us to follow.
Quest complete. Now for our next time on.
Meanwhile, somewhere in Heritage Found...
You were in on it, huh?
I was hoping to see our hulking Cyclops squish those curious rats. The craven fool surrendered with barely a struggle. But no matter. I have more than enough electric now to proceed with my plans. Given the right direction, you outlaws have proven most useful, especially with the aid of your new monstrous talents.
Is he some kind of shapeshifter monster? Yeah, he's an ooze. So the plot thickens.
When making hard-boiled eggs, you want to boil for the same length of time, every time. 12 minutes exactly. Any less, they're too soft. Any more, they're overcooked. We're out of time today, so here are some I prepared earlier.
Doing a hard-boiled egg cooking show now? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nashu? Nashu, why? Hildebrand? Nashu, why, though?
The manufacture of my egg-shaped medicine is a closely guarded trade secret, so don't try to make your own at home. Keep safe and stay tuned for the next episode of Inconceivably Further Hildebrand Adventures.
Coplin? See you, Inspector. Oh boy. Well, that will have to be it for today. Like I said before, I've got a friend's birthday party a little bit later today to get to and whatnot, and also want to kind of pace it out a little bit, these Hildebrand adventures, because again, I assume that there will be another bit of Hildebrand adventures. I don't think they've currently got the end of this saga live in the game yet. I don't know though. I just know that they added a new bit with 7.4. I assume they'll still be adding another bit in either 7.5 or maybe 7.55 or what have you, but yeah, so I'm gonna try and pace it out a little bit, but next stream will be on Monday, getting back into Ghost of Yotei now that we've beaten Metroid Prime 4. And Wednesday. Wednesday is New Year's Eve. Huh. Well. I'm not sure. I need to look at my library of games and figure out what I'll play on Wednesday. At the very least, there's always the fallback of maybe just more Ghost of Yotei if I can't think of something else to play. But next Saturday should be... Just make sure. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything going on next Saturday. So I should be able to play some more of these wacky Hildebrand hijinks. And maybe even do next week's raids. You know? Since the cap will be lifted. Could go through these again to get our weekly rewards. But regardless, until next time, be kind to yourself, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next mission. Bye-bye.